Hi there and welcome. Today we'll take a look at how we can make a parachute animation where we're falling from the sky, going right to left and then left to right until we're out of the screen. So for starters, we've got our two div elements, sky and parachute. Then in CSS, we've got background images for both, one being the sky and the other is my dog with a parachute. Now we're gonna want to animate the parachute class. So we're going to add the animation property, and we'll use a keyframe named parachuteDrop to create our animation. The duration will be 7.5 seconds. The timing function will be linear, and this will go on for an infinite amount of time. Awesome, so now let's make our keyframe. We'll go ahead and name it parachuteDrop. And so we have a start point and an end point in the keyframe. If we want to go from the top of the window to the bottom, we can start at our start point of 0%, and then we'll use the transform property. In here, we'll use the translate function, which accepts an X and a Y position. And so our X position will be 300 pixels, so somewhere relatively close to the middle, and a Y position of -100 pixels, so that we start off the screen and then come in. Now I'll copy the start, and then I'll go ahead and change 0% to 100%, which will be the end position. Now let's change our Y position to be 700 pixels, which should get us off of the screen. Once we do that, let's hit save, and we can see that we're going from the top to bottom, and then we can see that we go off of the screen. Cool, so now let's do everything in between. Let's paste in the 0% keyframe again, and we'll change it to 25%. Here, to create a zigzag, we'll go from 300 pixels as the X position to 600 px, and we'll move the Y position down by 200 pixels, so 100 px. Now we'll be shifting from 300 and -100 to 200 and 100 at the 25th percent mark. Now let's do the 50% keyframe. So again, we'll paste in 0%, and we'll create that zigzag, so now the X position will move back to 300 px, and the Y position will increase by 200. Lastly, let's do the 75% keyframe. So after we paste in the 0% keyframe and change it to 75%, we'll want to update the X position to go back to 600 pixels, and then we'll increase Y by 200 pixels from the 50% keyframe. Awesome, let's hit save and check out our example. So this is pretty cool. We're going down, we're shifting left to right or right to left, but we can also add a rotation. So we'll be shifting the parachute from 30 degrees to -30 degrees to make this kind of parachute-like effect. So at 0%, we can go ahead and add in rotate 30 degrees. And then after we do that, I'll copy it. And then at 25%, let's paste it in and change it to -30 degrees. Then at 50%, we can shift it back to 30 degrees. And then at 75%, we'll go back to -30 degrees. And finally, at 100%, we'll shift it back to 30 degrees. Let's hit save once we're done and check out our final result. Cool, so we've got our parachute doggo coming down from the sky. Awesome. Well, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.